Alright, I'm back. Pardon my tardiness. Kinda, sort of. That was about 15 minutes. Close enough anyway. But I'm back! So, let's queue up for this, shall we? Oh god, controller's about to die. I just realized one of my party members from the last fight was called Twink Bottom. Reading the chat log. Somebody said, been a min, so bear with me. With, okay? W-I-S. Me. M-E-E-E. Cute. I like it. Sounds like something I'd say. Your triumph over the recreated Midgard-Stormer has convinced Omega of your supremacy, and the Master of the Rift will now engage you directly in combat. The final experiment has begun, and the arena awaits. Gather your courage and steel your spirit, for upon this battle rests the fate of entire worlds. Holy shit. It's pretty intense. Well, now we sit in queue. Which for me means... Yeah, I think I'm gonna... Oh, let me change the chat log thing. I think while we wait, I'm actually gonna stay standing or probably lie on my bed a little bit. Just to make sure I'm not, you know... I can take shorter breaks in the future if I'm not constantly sitting down. If I take breaks from sitting down whenever I can, like right now. So... I'm gonna do that. But don't worry, I'm still here. You'll just hear my disembodied voice. Become a no-cam streamer for now. God damn it! I just stood up too! Motherfucker. Well, that's why I took a 15-minute break. Alright then. Back in we go. Holy shit. Alright, well... Hey, at least we're getting it done fast, right? AlphaScape version 3.0. Whoa! Its body was in there the whole time? I think it can just generate matter out of nothing. Built this whole place by itself. No need for external materials. Incoming banger of a song! Where's the antenna? I don't see it. Time to relearn Summoner? You picked the perfect place, my friend. You are the Alpha, I am the Omega. Flip! Initiating direct analysis of subject truth. Okay. Atomic Ray. Oh god, the mechanics for this one, I just remembered. Starboard. Starboard is to the right. That's its left. Starboard. Oh shit. That was unfortunate. Tank privilege though. Generating rocket-propelled armament. Leon, I'm detecting external armaments. These will be the perfect targets for the jammer. Like that. There we go. Sweet! Thanks, Sid! Oh shit. There we go. Back to this. Flamethrower. A move we used last time, right? Flip. Activating program loop. Alpha. Memory manipulation initiated. That dude was standing in the wrong place. Program loop alpha. Primary sequence initiated. What is this? Oh god, we don't have everybody on the... I guess we're okay? Did we just get a full limit break bar? Program loop alpha. Secondary sequence initiated. Or was that something else that I just heard? Reset. Program loop alpha final sequence initiated. Force quit. This is where we destroy before it finishes what it's doing. Flip. Critical error. Program loop alpha aborted. Program failure detected. Flip. Engaging Delta attack protocol. Target locked. Inhibitor disengaged. Flip. Firing Delta cannon at maximum power. I've detected an extreme energy surge from Omega. Quickly, focus on the jammer's lightning in the center of the platform. Target it, damn it. That's it. Keep building energy in that spot. It should generate a rudimentary barrier. The protection field is ready, but you'll need your own defenses. This may break even your considerable limits. Okay. Oh! I didn't even have to use the other one. Survival of Alpha Group confirmed. Low probability outcome. Results remain within projected parameters. I knew that was going to happen. Flip. Analyzing current combat data. Optimizing functions. Getting stronger. Flip. Generating enhanced rocket-propelled armament. Oh fuck, this is where it gets tricky, doesn't it? Yep. Fuck that. Mr. Widowmaker. That's my code tank, the Dark Knight. Nice. Just saw the name. Mustard bomb? I don't know why, but something told me I should take that from Larbird Wave Cannon. I can't move! I made it out! Starboard? Okay. I can't believe I made it out of that without getting hit. Even though I got stunned from the paralysis, that was great. Let's be constructing rocket-propelled armament. Oh, here we go. I want to get punched by those. They may move slow, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Oh right, there was another one. I got lucky I wasn't standing in the way. Jesus. There's so much you gotta watch out for now. Fuck. This crap again. Oh crap, I saw that wrong. at least I can get hit by the punch. The rocket punch. Man. I couldn't even make it in time. I was way too far. I saw that one completely wrong. I genuinely fucked that one up. I confused his right with his left. The one before that, though, I was too far away to make it. Should have jumped. Target one of these. No, not don't go in the first person. Holy shit, I fucked. Oh my god. Nice macro. And I was too busy reading the fucking macro instead of paying attention. We got him! There. Jesus Christ. That was as intense of a fight as I expected from Omega. I didn't even realize they had a humanoid face on top of it, where the antenna used to be. Is that new? Was that always there? Hell yeah. Alpha escape complete. We won! It's over! Thank you kindly. Those can be used for some glands later. Probably should have needed on the alpha scape. Look at that. Oh, that's eerie. So that's, yeah, I think that took the place of where the antenna used to be. The antenna must have been destroyed with the fight against Shinryu, you know? I can't tell though, did it completely like... Or not completely, but did it modify and change itself a little bit since back then? Aside from the antenna, I mean? It's gotta be, right? It's so eerie. Well, there we go. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We won. It's over for you. Leon! By the gods, you've done it! You defeated Omega. We've won. Yep, it's over. And that was a considerably shorter battle time than... Oh! Flip! Analysis. Subjects displayed erratic levels of combat capability. Failure to exploit opportunities to inflict unavoidable damage. Noted tendency for isolated errors to compound and adversely affect performance. Conversely, subjects observed to launch attacks at sporadic intervals with unexpected force. Stated phenomenon increasingly prevalent once my structural integrity reached critical levels. Adrenaline-infused frenzy suspected. You talking about the limit break? Furthermore, degree and manner of inconsistency varies from subject to subject. Unpredictability difficult to counter. Flip, loop. I observed similar anomalies during my battle with Midgard-Stormer, but the phenomenon appears far more pronounced in weaker opponents. Midgard-Stormer LB'd your ass too? I do not understand. Your physiology must include some enhancement function that I cannot detect. Maybe it's our soul? We got heart! You got heart, kid! You got heart! I don't know. That's my theory. Christ, it's still kicking. My programming demands I assimilate this capability. Blip! Insufficient data. I must reassess my methods and devise a more exhaustive testing and combat protocol. Monka shake. What in the rift? I have determined the optimal form for this experiment. Prioritizing physical reconfiguration, diverting energy from interspatial maintenance, collapsing rift. Omega, wait! There's nothing outside this rift but empty space! We'll be cast out into the void! Do you think it cares about us? Affirmative. Your demise was factored into my determination. The probability of hostile subjects interfering with the reconfiguration process was unacceptably high. I acknowledge your value as test subjects, but you are not irreplaceable. Once my reassembly is complete, I will send Alpha to lure in new mortals. Testing will continue. Blip! Ending communications. Yeah, we're just test subjects to be discarded. What else could we expect? And there it goes. This reminds me of the ending of Final Fantasy VIII a little bit. Where the fuck are we and what do we do? Shit! Alpha! We're being drawn away! Run, Leon, run! Run, Leon, run! That was a horrible Krauser impersonation, but I kinda had to. I couldn't miss that opportunity. What the fuck were we running on? There was no ground. Cosmo. Look. Interspatial domain resources cut by 82%. Entering dormant mode. Commencing automated memory scan. Outer space. Data file. Target, Midgard-Stormer. Departure from planetary atmosphere confirmed. Presence of 7 distinct lifeforms detected in close vicinity of target. It's unborn eggs. Midgard-Stormer's unborn children, basically. Who's probably carrying their eggs. Irrelevant. Master indicates no change to existing directive. Commencing pursuit. Who the hell are your masters? Data file. Distance to target increasing. Velocity insufficient. Dismantling and reconfiguring chassis. Velocity increase achieved. Overall performance maintained at 96%. Recounting its memories of chasing Midgard-Stormer. Data file. Blank. Asteroid belt cleared. Repairing damage and continuing pursuit. Performance at 72% and falling. Fucked up going through an asteroid field. Poor Alpha. Can't run any faster. He's getting tired. Data file. Signal from blank lost. Local interference suspected. Attempting to re-establish contact. Failure. Executing current mission directive until communications are restored. Performance at 59%. Data file, blank. Struck by electromagnetic pulse while navigating blank quadrant. Partial systems failure. They're hiding things from us. Homing coordinates lost. They don't want us... Square Enix doesn't want us to know too much about outer space yet, do they? Blip. Assessment. I am an evolving weapon construct. Acquire adaptations through combat. Repeat until capabilities enable rediscovery of return route. Mission directive unchanged. So it doesn't even know how to get back home. And it's... From its experiments, it's actually trying to find a way to get back home. Data file. Data file. Data file. Alpha. An abject failure. I erased his memory and planted a compulsion to return to me. Alpha's not giving up. Data file. Link. Damaged. Repairing. Damaged. Repairing. 33%. Data file blank. Passing frozen star. Passing barren star. Passing vortex star. Passing dying star. Operating on minimum energy. No signal detected. No response to beep. He won't give up. He's crying, remembering... He's going down his own memory lane. Just like Omega. Crying, remembering everything that's happened that we met. Everything that he's been through. He refuses to give up. All you need is faith in yourself. And a little courage to see it through. Don't give up, Alpha. You can make it home. Data file. Blink. That's a long ass blink, though. Target lost. Last known coordinates recorded on planet Blink. Something over there. Fucking pooped. Well, Alpha found Omega, but we're nowhere to be found. Maybe we didn't make it. Excuse me. Alpha, your homing instinct is functioning as designed. It's reconfiguring itself, right? That's why now it's just a... It's like that Terminator 2 villain, right? The Terminator that turned into liquid metal and reconfigured its physical shape whenever it wanted. Evidence suggests your fellow Alpha Group subjects perished when the rift contracted. Unavoidable. But there is a multitude of their kind. The next experiment will go forward as planned. It's like, fuck you! You bastard! That's what Alpha said. Such protestations are wasted energy. This does not aid you in executing your assigned task. Just as I pursue my directive, so must you fulfill your role. Our purpose justifies our existence. Really? I think there's a little bit more to it than that for most life forms. Alpha's fucking pissed! Oh! We're alive! Oh, shit! Flip! Intrusion detected. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, poor Alpha. He's so tired. Our thanks, Alpha. That was some marathon. Yeah, it was! Holy shit! But you got us here alive and safe. Thanks, little buddy. Now, who was saying our feathered companion here was obsolete? Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you too. He put his tools to work even as the rift began to collapse, shrank us down and turned us invisible, all so he could bring you a little surprise. But he had to keep it quiet or you'd realize we'd survive. He had to trust that we were still clinging on, even as he ran through that endless freezing void. He wanted to test us, Omega? So let the experiment begin. Look, illogical. Alpha had no reason to take such action. How do you continue to defy my projections? Bleep error, bleep error, bleep error. Insufficient data. Pause, champ. Adjusting experiment protocol. I will engage you in battle now. I must have my answers. It's also the first Final Fantasy game where Omega actually talks, by the way. Forgot to say that sooner, but better late than never. This is your new optimal form? Humanoid? Fighting in this form should provide me with a new level of understanding, insight into your physiology, your mindset, your mortality. Is conflict really the only way? Affirmative. I understand your language, but your words cannot sway me from my directives. You possess a capability that I do not. The instant I became aware of that fact, conflict became an inevitability. That is my purpose. That is Omega. Can't break free from your programming, huh? We're fated to fight? So be it, I guess. Consider this an act of self-defense, then. I tried to talk you out of it. Commencing final experiment. Testing will continue until I unlock the nature of your anomalous strength. Bring it on. AlphaScape version 4, now accessible. You guys gonna be alright? Quiet. Quiet, quiet. Sid? Alpha should be fine with a little rest. I'll make sure he stays safe on the edge of the platform. So no holding back, Leon. Give Omega a beating it won't recover from. You got it. Hey, I said it before. I gave you a chance so we could end this peacefully, but you said no. Omega rallies from defeat and reconfigures its form in a drastic effort to comprehend the incomprehensible. What manner of transformation has the machine undergone? It seems that only complete destruction will free Omega and Heidelin from its relentless drive to evolve. This one's for Mama Heidelin. Instant Q times, gotta love them. Let's do it. Incoming banger of a song again. My favorite too. Out of this entire raid series. I immediately choked up as soon as the song started. I can't help it. It brings out a certain emotion in me. Go for it. I am the Omega and the Alpha. I will mimic your weakness to comprehend your strength. Do whatever you gotta do. Recalculating threat level. Soul's like, get us out of there! Holy shit, I did not mean to pop sprint. Reconfiguring gender. Assessing influence of physical structure on combat effectiveness. Too early. Fuck. Omega F. Configuration. Systems nominal. Adjusting equilibrium. Generating additional weaponry. Minimal variation in combat effectiveness. Projected. Blade fabrication initiated. What the hell is she doing? Omega M configuration. Systems nominal. That's right, you're supposed to get out of that one. Shit. Look, limits of single combatant capability reached. Progress to party combat analysis. Wait, does that mean he's gonna... Diverting energy to party member generation. Testing efficacy of combat role allocation. Split into two. Guard mode engaged, initiating defense protocols. Well, shit. Assault mode engaged, rerouting power to maximize damage output. Now there's two of them talking. Hard for me to keep it straight. Extensive damage sustained. Engaging repair functions. Combat testing to continue. Standard incantation protocol aborted. Returning to standard assault mode. I got this one then. Falling apart. I missed something. Replication of phenomena produced by mortals under extreme distress. I can't read anymore. I've fallen behind too far. I'll have to read the rest later. Shit! Too much is happening. Optimized blade bands. That was whiff? Oh my god. That was a lot of damage. Now I know what it feels like to get fucking limit breaked. Jesus. This is fucking intense. Holy shit. I like that he's using between vocalization Cosmo memory. Warning, critical damage to Omega F chassis, initiating system shutdown. Only one left. Warning, calculations indicate increased probability of defeat. Further data analysis required after an error. Defeat imminent. Disengaging inhibitors. Oh shit, it's desperate. Oh Lord, he desperate! No, really though. Die! Oh, Jesus. Woo! That shit was intense. Way more intense than the previous battle. And I choked up numerous times during the fight just because of the music. It's so emotional. The interdimensional rift complete. There you go. Hey! See who gets it. Echo got it. I had to do the harsh font on that one. Express my fervent approval. Let me see real quick. Yeah, what did I miss? People said good job, TYFP, yada yada. Achievements from everybody who did this for the first time. I had to go see if they were trying to say anything to me, but no. Let's see what I missed, if I can even recall, like, what half this shit is. Well, when I first got in here, party said, you know, people said hello, yada yada. And somebody said, uh-oh. And somebody else replied, yeah. Like, I guess because they were like, oh, we don't know this one too well or something, who knows. I read that, yeah. That's where I fell off right there. Generating additional weaponry. Minimal variation in combat effectiveness projected. Blade fabrication initiated. Irrational behavior observed. Inefficient energy expenditure. Omega F said that, the female. The male said configuration systems nominal. That was when they transformed again. Yep, then the party combat analysis. Diverting energy to party member generation. Yada yada, we saw that. Guard mode engaged, initiating defense protocols, assault mode engaged, rerouting power to maximize damage output. That was when we had to do the DPS check. Extensive damage sustained, engaging repair functions, combat testing to continue. Extended incantation protocol aborted. The DPS check, yeah. Returning to standard assault mode. More blade fabrication. Somebody said, a party member said, I shall bow my head in shame because they fell off the platform, I'm guessing. Acknowledged, activating optical unit. Purpose, replication of phenomena produced by mortals under extreme duress. That's when I used Cosmo memory, I think, when its giant eyeball appeared in the background. Which again, I was trying to say this in the fight, but Cosmo memory is, if you remember, Red 13's limit break, his final limit break. The most powerful one he's got, level 4. Yeah, activating optical unit with the purpose of replicating the replication of phenomena produced by mortals under extreme duress. So it uses limit break on us, yeah. Then Omega F said disengaging inhibitors to simulate improbable performance. And Omega itself just said blip evaluating necessity of vocalization components. Tremble before my Cosmo memory, it yelled out. That's funny. It's too bad I missed that during the fight. I was too focused on, you know, staying alive or whatever. It was evaluating the necessity of yelling something out when using the limit break, which basically it's kind of a lighthearted way of making fun of people who put macros for the limit break. That was a good one last battle, I forgot to check it. What's next? Omega F said irrational behavior observed and efficient energy expenditure. Omega M said recalibrating combat logic. Augment attack synergy. Omega F acknowledged. Reproducing vocalization. Cosmo memory. And then he did it too. Reproducing vocalization. Cosmo memory. Omega F said blip. Warning. Critical damage to Omega F chassis initiating system shutdown. This was at the end of the fight. Okay. And then Omega M, since it's the last one we defeated, just said warning calculations indicate increased probability of defeat. Error, further data analysis required. Defeat imminent disengaging inhibitors. And then just bleep, bleep. When it died. Just bleep. Gone. Alright, so that's what we missed in the dialogue when I was too busy trying to stay alive. Alright. Well, we're done. Whew. Hell of a battle. Again, love the music. Brings out so much, you know.
Emotional damage.
That. I was choking up during the... I think I choked up like twice. Just from the music. It captures what's happening in the story so well. Like, the music itself tells the story, you know? Just like it did in the good old days before voice acting. In the Final Fantasy series, at least, anyway. But I feel in most games in general. It's like it ended up in its female form at the end of it. Failure. Bleep. Defeated. I wanted to understand you, to assimilate your strength. We didn't have to fight for you to do that. Alpha, your gesture serves no logical purpose. So you made him. He loves you like a parent. You are as incomprehensible as these mortals. Blip. But you did not fight them. How have you become like them? That's what I was just trying to say. Omega, the anomaly you see in us, the answer you search for, it is our heart, our spirit, the intangible strength of one's soul. It is not a quality that can be measured or acquired through any amount of analytical combat. Instead of fighting against us, you might have learned more by standing with us, just as Alpha did. Alpha ended up achieving what Omega wanted the whole time. Never lifted a finger towards us. Heart. You speak of something more than what beats in your chest. The inconstant, immeasurable factor behind your victories. Midgard-Sormer displayed it too, but such unpredictable potential was never part of my design. Limited from birth. Well, creation, I guess. Manufacture. Whatever. Blip. Projection. Had I integrated this quality, how powerful would I have become? Strong enough to return? Nay, Omega. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. So it's a long, lonely path you traveled to arrive here. To return across that vast distance alone, anyone with a spirit to break would find the journey more difficult, not less so. It's true. The loneliness would kill you. Our greatest weakness is our greatest strength, basically. It comes at a price. I see. I think I understand. The rift! It's destabilizing. Don't hold it back. God, take me for a fool. I hadn't planned past defeating Omega. I don't think any of us did, Sid. Chief! Leon! Alpha! Hold on, we're coming! Wedge? And Biggs is with him. On the back of a huge dragon. Aesfelger. Again, coming to save the day. Midgard Sormer sent us to rescue you. Explanations can wait. Hop on, quick! You ain't gotta tell me twice, we're getting the fuck out of here. Fuck. The whole thing just gets me because it's like, it didn't have to be this way. That's always what breaks my heart when it comes to stories like this. It could have been avoided, you know? But Omega refused to listen to reason. It insisted it had to fight us. It's just tragic. Like, I just personally find it incredibly tragic when, you know, the violence could have been avoided, but one side or the other was just too stubborn to budge, you know? Racefelger, wasn't it? Ah, thanks. You pulled us out of a tight spot indeed. Spare me thy pleasantries, mortal. I but lent my wings at the request of my sire. Right. Ah. So Midgard Sormer has been watching over us. He's asleep but not dead, man. He's still saving our asses. I would dare give thanks to him as well. His intervention allowed us to continue our battle and forever remove the threat of Omega from this world. From all worlds. In all the long centuries of mine existence, this marketh the first occasion my father hath asked of me a boon. Wow, really? A gift of gratitude and mayhap of atonement for those who would face the deadly foe he left behind. Will he remain in slumber? 'Tis likely, little one. What is but a fleeting respite for my sire might last a lesser creature's lifetime. But let not thy heart be troubled. Even in dream he doth keep his mind's eye upon the fate of this star. He is possessed of remarkable... Devotion is mayhap the closest word in the tongue of men. His love is as boundless as the sea of stars across which he carried his unhatched brood. When Omega was hot on his tail, literally, trying to chase him down, it did sustain him even as the arduous journey exhausted the fire in his mane. And when he at last arrived upon Hydaelyn, a sanctuary for his children, did he form with this land an irreplaceable bond. That was your grandfather, yeah? Enough, I have spoken overmuch, but I will praise your victory, as my father would surely wish to were he here. Actually, I don't think it's grandfather, right? This dude's basically a sibling of Bahamut and Tiamat and the others, right? Along with Nidhogg, one of the originals. Like, he's first generation is what I'm saying, I think. Yeah, that's true, Crimson. I did catch that too, yeah. Bye. Did you see the yawn? It's just a big hole again. Yeah. Omega's really gone. That cut's opened up again. But I'm glad we reached you in time. Me too. Well, I can add being rescued by a great worm to the list of things I didn't expect to happen today. It was fortunate Hraesvelgr agreed to come for us. We had to defeat Omega at any cost, of course, but I much prefer being alive to celebrate the deed. It's finally over. To quet under distant skies. Phew. I'm so glad we got you out of there. I don't know what we would have done if Hraesvelgr hadn't come along. The situation being what it was, Wedge and I came out to the yawn to see if we could lend you a hand. Rugen's orders be damned. That's when we saw the ether bubbling like hot water in a pot. Just as we were debating whether or not we should jump in, that big surly dragon flew down to explain the anomaly. Then he offered us a ride. Excuse me, and the rest you already know. Jesse will be relieved to hear that Omega's gone and you lot are safe. I say we head straight back to Rhalgr's Reach and let everyone know the good news. Alpha staring quietly into the now empty yawn. What? I have it somewhere around here. Unless, there's no way it was a... There it is. Just a moment of silence. Or what could have been. What? They say it's just a myth, but surely you've earned one this time, Leon. You know, a big fat company bonus. Thanks. Poor Jessie. Her nerves must be worn thin after all that. Yeah. Go on, you should be the one to tell her. Jessie? Welcome back, Leon. Happy to be back. You truly are a force to be reckoned with. If ever there's another Omega, I'd wager it'll skip the experiments and go straight to generating a simulacrum of you. Please, come on. Now you're just overdoing the praise. Not that I'd want that to happen. Besides, I don't think anyone can truly mimic your unique strengths. You're our one-of-a-kind hero. So, does this mean we don't need to worry about Omega's monsters invading our world anymore? Aye, all of its creations vanished along with the rift itself. With Omega defeated, we averted that particular catastrophe before it began. Leon struck the killing blow, of course, but we never would have made it to that point without everyone's hard work and support. Damn straight. Once again, I am sincerely grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful colleagues. It's like we should all take a group photo or something. Not to spoil the moment, Chief, but the Alliance leaders are anxious to learn of Omega's fate. Of course. When every head of state is clamoring for a report, we can't very well ignore them. How much do you mean to tell them? How much indeed. The Chocobo theme music. All of it. When it comes to a threat of Omega's magnitude, we have a duty to reassure our allies that the world is not coming to an end. And the best way to do that is to report every last detail. True. Total transparency, I'm with you. I'm surprised at you, Chief. I was almost certain you'd want to muddy the waters to prevent knowledge of this technology falling into the wrong hands or something similar. I doubt anyone outside our particular circle would even believe the tale. Experiments taking place in a rift between dimensions? Facing off against villains recreated from history and legend? Battling godlike beings from other worlds? And even assuming some ambitious fellow schemed to build an Omega of his own. The technology required is as far beyond our reach as that terrible weapon's home star. A distant dream? That's true. Hey, maybe one day though, right? Maybe one day. I'm down for intergalactic travel. Right, you heard the Chief. We missed our chance on the front lines, but there's plenty of work left to be done. Round up everyone who's standing idle and get moving on those reports. And don't forget to contact our people still out in the field. Jessie the workaholic. She doesn't mess around, waste any time. Thank you, Jessie. I'll leave things in your capable... Not so fast, Master Garland. You count as part of the support team as well. Leon did all the fighting and Alpha did all that running, but surely you have energy to spare. Who exactly did you expect to sign off on those official reports? And even without that little chore, you have a pile of other company tasks that's grown ass-high to an Aurochs while you've been tending to this whole Omega business. Damn! Most importantly, isn't there someone else you should be sharing this victory with? Right now, Sid's like, story of my life. Just like Leon at the end of Resident Evil 4 or something, right? I should probably head over to the infirmary right away. Right away, sorry. Meanwhile, you should take a well-earned rest. I don't think there's a way to properly reward you for all you've accomplished, but I'll see what we can do. I'm just glad to have everyone back in one piece. Take care of yourself, Leon. Thanks, Pigs. What are your plans now, Alpha? With Omega gone, you're your own Chocobo now. You can do whatever you want. Anything at all. doesn't comprehend that just yet. It's like, what? You want to go outside? Did you have some place in mind? Come on, Wedge! Get those Lalafell legs moving or I'll leave without you. On my way! This is such a cute and wholesome ending. I've got a lot of loose ends to tie up here, Leon. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten your reward. The Chief and I have something in mind. Oh, really? Alpha? Where? Alpha seems eager to see what Ralger's Reach has to offer. Excuse me. Shall we go for a walk? Quick way! Alright, after you, little buddy. Okay. Alpha appears to be watching the inhabitants of Ralger's Reach with great interest. Quick! Oh, not this thing, come on. Well, I think it only plays for a short little bit, though. Where? What? Nero's not here? A nice Pepe laugh moment. No, Chief. He said he needed time away for recuperation. And then he left. Recuperation? His wounds must be troubling him more than he let on. He asked me to give you this. What is it? What's this? A receipt for payment? It covers the cost for the following items. Additional machine parts and implements, supplemental reference publications, expenses incurred in upgrading Magitech armor and gunhammer, funds spent on idle research during enforced convalescence. Oh, and it also includes a large sum listed as gratuity for exceptional services rendered. The entire amount was charged in your name, Master Garland. Find him! I want everyone searching for Nero right now! Everyone! He's fucking pissed! He's like... You bastard! Oh my god, that sly little fox. Here's what you owe me for my awesomeness. Bye! That's basically what he did. Fucking love Nero. That's why he's my favorite character, because of shit like that. Obviously, I'm not talking about, like, my favorite character of the entire, like, FF14 cast, but of these particular little side stories involving him and Sid, he's obviously my favorite. Which has not been... Well, Nero wasn't part of the Alexander expedition, only Sid. But he was part of the Crystal Tower series, so... Where? Where? Alpha appears to sense the solemn purpose of this place. A gentle pat might rouse him from his sudden melancholy. I just realized where we were, yeah. I never did set it to a hotbar, did I? Not on this character, but... We offer a moment of silence. For the departed. Hey there, little buddy. It's okay. Where? Where? Figured it out on his own. Say it again, it's Alpha ended up acquiring what Omega never could. Since Alpha is Omega's creation, if you want to look at it like Alpha did, seeing Omega as, you know, his parent, I guess you could say in a way Omega actually kind of succeeded. He managed to create something that actually embodied the very power he wanted to understand and acquire for itself. Heart, soul, you know? So, I guess Omega didn't really fail. Just hadn't realized it already succeeded with Alpha. It only thought of power in terms of how to apply it for combat, though. That's why it didn't realize. Again, it just makes me sad because of the wasted potential. Omega would have made a great ally and a member of the family if it had just, you know... It's too bad. I just didn't realize sooner. Oh, hello. What are you two up to? Fuck, this final ending sequence kind of looks better in the daytime, but I have no control over the time of day, so... Taking in the sights, were you? And by the looks of things, you're eager to venture a little further afield. Well, if Leon has no problem with it, then neither do I. Just don't go too far, alright? Not good enough? Sorry, Alpha, but we're all a bit too busy to show you around for the fringes right now. And I'm not too sure about sending you out there alone. She's so cute. When you think about it, this world is completely new to Alpha, and all he's done so far is traveled back and forth between the Reach and the Yon. I bet his head is filled with questions and curiosity. He doesn't want to be taken for a walk, he wants to go on an adventure. He's like, look, Wedge understands me. Alpha's not some helpless chick, Biggs. He's stronger than you or me, and I wish I was half as brave. He should be allowed to. Listen, I'm gonna talk to the chief about this. You're an employee, so there are certain rules we have to follow. I'm not saying I'm against the idea, and I'm willing to admit that Wedge has a point. But as I said, we've all got important jobs to take care of, the chief included. Can you wait a little longer? Leon, would you mind keeping Alpha company until we get back? I promise we'll be quick. Sure. He's a good little boy. Oh, good. I'm glad this is actually done in daylight, regardless of what time of day it is. Thank God. Whew. This ending sequence wouldn't be the same at any other time of day, and they realize that. So good on the developers for, you know, the director and everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting. My desk was covered in paperwork, but I've managed to clear away the most pressing matters. Now then, Alpha, I hear your heart's set on a journey of some kind? I just want to be sure, but you aren't leaving because you think you tricked us into the rift, or because you're Omega's creation, or anything like that, are you? I would have stopped you if that was the case. Excuse me. Pure curiosity, on the other hand, is something I like to encourage. Exploring, interacting with the world, I think the experience will be good for him. Despite Omega's power, its potential to learn was hobbled by hostile directives. Unfortunately. Omega was basically doomed to fail by its own creators, because of the programming they put into it. Alpha, on the other hand, is free to grow as he pleases. Yeah. Basically Omega's successor. And so I was saying, I guess in a way Omega did succeed. He actually has... I just realized Sid has the symbol for Omega, the mathematical symbol for Omega, I think. Unless it's... Is it? On his elbow there. I'll have to look it up again. When I took calculus, I had to deal with that. I'm pretty sure it could be, but I don't know. Could be a different one, actually. Oh, no. I think I'm thinking of, Gamma, maybe? No. I thought about it. It's none of those. It's got a totally different name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. I'll have to look it up later, but I know now. A theta. There it is. I'm thinking of theta. That's what that looks like. The symbol of theta. Theta. Which they use for variables involving angles, basically. Anyway. Very well, Alpha. As the Chief Engineer of Garland Ironworks, I hereby grant you unlimited leave to pursue personal research. Travel far and wide and take in everything these lands have to offer. But do come back when you're ready. I hate to lose such a valuable employee. Alpha! I'll miss you so much! You be careful out there. If anyone seems suspicious or shady, you stay away from them. Even if they offer you treats. Oh my god, this is adorable. And make sure you greet folks with a cheerful quack. They might not understand you, but at least they'll know you mean no harm. I'm sure you'll make new friends in no time. You just be yourself. You hear me? People shake. The hell is this? Eek! What in the hells? Oh fuck. It's a miniature Omega. Ah, we forgot to shut it down. This is a model Omega that Wedge and I were working on. We built it when we were resting. It's so cute! Thinking it might be useful for figuring out strategies or something. Not much use now, I suppose. What? You want to keep? It reminds him of his parent. Omega. It's just a toy that'll follow you around. If you're happy with that, then it's all yours. Hey! He's got a little sidekick now. They grow up so fast, don't they? There he goes. Fair journey to you, Alpha. Take care. Thank you, Leon. I'm off to see the world. I could understand them. The echo still works. He actually talked to me. Maybe he was just choosing to use Quez before. Something amiss? Fucking bird just talked to me. That's strange. The echo never allowed you to understand them before. This is just a theory, mind you, but assuming the absence of a soul is what prevented you from hearing Alpha's voice in the first place, And does it not follow that the reason you hear it now is... he acquired a soul? Aye, a little miracle. And it explains his sudden urge to travel. Again, Alpha achieved what Omega could not. He acquired a soul for himself. For a newborn soul, this world is brimming with unseen wonders. That it is. Aye, that it is. It's too wholesome, I can't. Look at him go. It's too cute. The little Omega. He'll always have something to remind them of where he came from, you know? Omega remains in our hearts and memories, basically. A machine that was doomed to fail by its creators, not through its own fault. And so your journey begins. I almost envy you, Alpha. So many new things for you to discover. Speaking of which, what terrible marvels can I trouble my old friend with next? This mischievous bastard. You go scout ahead! Oh shit! Try your circuits. Oh my god, it has a cute little flashlight on the antenna! God, I can't. It's too adorable. Scene. The end. As a shooting star crosses in the background, I like it. Oh my god. That was too wholesome. I just can't. I have to do that one. Jesse? I hope Alpha enjoys his adventures. There's so much danger out there for one little chocobo. No, I'm sure he'll be fine. Dwelling on such things is not productive in the least. Why don't we discuss a happier subject, like your long-awaited bonus? We drained the coffers to fund your expedition, but why settle for coin when you can have the latest in automaton technology? That's right, we're gifting you a premium mammoth, the one-of-a-kind master model for merchandise copies constructed with our patented Ironworks quality. Excuse me. I present to you the Clockwork Alpha. Great, so Alpha got a little wind-up Omega, which I could have acquired but wasn't lucky enough to from that last battle. And we get a wind-up Alpha. It's like it reminds me of one of those Matryoshka dolls or something, those Russian toys. Where like, you open it, it's like an egg, and you open it and there's another smaller one there, and then you open it, there's another one, and another one, it's just, it keeps getting smaller. Quaying along under some distant sky. Use item to acquire the wind-up alpha minion, along with 2 music rolls. Ending and a dream in flight. Ah, that was satisfying. Whenever you bring it out on your travels, may it remind you of the real alpha, quaying along under some distant sky. Just the thought of it brings a smile to my face. That and the free advertising. Of course. Of course. Oh, you think about Jesse? What's the matter with you? I've taken excerpts from the Chief's report on Omega and loaded them onto the terminal there. Feel free to take a look. I would have liked to add Nero's observations as well, but that man is nowhere to be found. Did you know he sold Rowena the pattern for a new uniform? What? Oh, and speaking of nowhere to be found, I wonder how far Alpha has gone. Not outside of Eorzea, surely. You haven't spotted our little chick on your travels, have you? No, not yet, because I haven't left this place, but you can. After you finish this quest line like we just did, you can spot Alpha in different places. I don't know all the locations, I'm sure someone has cataloged them by now. But I have run into him by complete accident. One time in Revenant's Toll, he was in the kitchen watching the little Lalafell cook. And my brother ran into him in the locks. And he was standing actually really close to one of the ether currents that used to be there. It's not there anymore. They removed a lot of the ether currents. The really annoying one I told you guys about, where you had to like... Well, I can just show you the map right here. The one I told you about that's like right here. But in order to reach it, you had to go all the way here, go through this little dungeon, come out over here, be on top of this cliff, then drop down onto a little bridge there and get the ether current. There or somewhere around here. Well, it was on one of the structures. My brother encountered him there. But it was during my first playthrough, so to avoid spoilers, he didn't tell me, but afterwards he had told me that he had seen it there. I couldn't see it at the time because I was, I was still going through Stormblood for the first time ever, so of course Alpha was invisible for me. Because I hadn't done the Omega questline, obviously. But yeah, you can run into him in different places. I'm sure someone by now has cataloged all his known appearances, because his location will change day after day. He's on like a rotation schedule, basically. Well, until we run into him again. For now, we have a little wind-up version of him to remember him by. Wind-up Alpha. Crafted at the Garland Ironworks, this miniature reproduction of your faithful, if not somewhat deformed, companion was gifted to you by engineer Jessie J upon your triumphant return from the Alphascape. Her last name is J? I didn't know that. So we can actually call her JJ and attack her. Look at him. He looks just like the real Alpha, but smaller. Slightly smaller, you know? So cute. Alright, so she said she loaded the data into here, right? Hold on, let me see. Catch up on chat here. You know 2 locations, Crimson? Copperbell Mines entrance and Mordona Kitchen. Yeah, I only ran into him in the Mordona Kitchen, Revenant's Toll, like I said. I didn't know he could appear in Copperbell Mines, but now we know, well now between us we know 3 locations. The Locks, Copperbell Mines, and Revenant's Toll Kitchen. Flip. Initializing. Welcome. How may I assist you today? Let's read the last of the Omega reports. Oh. Okay, they're Chief Garland's reports, so... Gonna recap what just happened, I guess? Flip. I, Sid Garland, am making this report to record the latest, and most likely last, expedition into the Rift Dimension created by Omega. During our battle with this self-evolving entity, we learned certain facts concerning its nature and origin. Omega is a highly advanced weapon that was constructed on a faraway star, the name of which seems problematic to express in any language of Heidelin. For the sake of simplicity, I will refer to it as Omega's homeworld. This homeworld was involved in a conflict with another planet, a place referred to as the Dragon Star, which, from that simulation with Midgard-Tormr, is really green. Omega had been deployed to the front lines of this war to engage Midgard-Tormr, but the worm fled into the emptiness beyond the skies. Omega gave chase, and the pursuit continued across unimaginable distances. Over the course of this journey, the machine sustained significant damage, which resulted in the loss of its homeworld's coordinates. That's the other tragedy. Omega was kind of just trying to find a way home. And it thought it would by following its programming and doing everything that it did. Unperturbed, Omega continued its relentless hunt, only to sense the sudden disappearance of Midgardsormr's presence. It eventually arrived at the worm's last recorded position on the surface of a planet. Our planet. The current theory is that after Midgardsormr entered into his bargain with Hydaelyn, the transformation so altered his etheric signature that it confused Omega's sensors. When the machine landed and conducted a scan, the worm no longer registered as a target. And so, deprived of its primary objective, Omega then entered a dormant state to facilitate its self-repair functions. History tells us that the weapon awoke several times over the intervening centuries, but not until now has it made such an extensive effort to acquire a new target. The revelations presented in this report are based upon Omega's own records, and we have little reason to doubt their veracity. Indeed, our interactions with Omega have enlightened us to the possible existence of civilizations beyond the stars. Which gets me excited. I was like, well, more content. I'll talk more about this later. But that is a discussion for another time. Yes, thank you, Sid. This report is concerned only with our battles with Omega and the mystery of the weapon itself. Okay, let's hear the other half then. Flip. An account of our experiences in the Rift would not be complete without mention of Alpha, an entity who fought as our ally despite being one of Omega's constructs. This capability for generating artificial life forms was originally designed purely as a means by which Omega could upgrade its own functions and expand its arsenal. As such, the machine could not fully recreate a subject's inner self, only its physical components, and the generation of a truly powerful entity required a substantial commitment in time and energy. Thus did Omega bring forth its interdimensional rift, a custom-made reality where it could compare the battle proficiency of various prototypes and select promising candidates to develop into fully fledged test subjects. Alpha, however, was an exception. The recreation of a weakling hero, he was Omega's first experiment, and the only construct to reach what might be considered a state of completion. We have no way of knowing who Alpha's template was. Omega chose its subjects from history, from works of fiction, even from otherworldly reflections of our reality. Doma. These are remembering that. FF6, basically. Alpha shares many features with the Chocobo, but he is more than a mere beast. Mayhap those wondrous tools he carries are a hint to his origin, but we may never uncover the truth. On a personal note, I would place less importance on where he's from and more on where he intends to go. For better or worse, he belongs to our world now. As Alpha travels the land, the soul which has blossomed within him, the soul which his creator was unable to provide, will continue to unfurl, and the sum of his experiences will become the very answer that Omega created him to find. Which is why Omega never truly failed. At least I'd like to think. And last but not least, access to Savage Initiative Phase 3. What kind of music are we going to get this time? Oh, it's the prelude again. Beep. Good evening, valued employee. Thank you always for your tireless efforts. As part of the Savage Initiative, we bring you Phase 3 of our Mending Melody selection. Today's composition is a bzz, beep beep. That sound. Flip. Greetings, Alpha Group. It's Omega's voice. Leon's like, fuck, we're still alive! Do not be alarmed. This recording is being transmitted the instant prior to my irreversible dissolution of form. I will have already ceased to exist. So, it sent this as it died right before our eyes? My impending defeat has initiated a pinpoint analysis of mortal customs, and numerous examples throughout history demand that the victor of a contest such as we have fought is due some manner of reward. Okay, you want to give me a reward. Interesting. Though my directives make no mention of remuneration, I have calculated that the risk of neglecting long-held protocol results in a non-zero probability of beep. Realize its mistakes, as irrational as it is. Okay. At the time of this transmission, I lacked the requisite temporal and etheric resources to produce a material prize. Instead, I will provide you with an alternative inestimable value, your combat data. It is highly probable that you already possess a record of your battle performance. As such, I have enhanced your base encounters with supplemental data to provide a more stimulating experience. These enhanced encounters would be impossible in reality, but simulations can be sufficient to nurture your continued evolution. This will be my last and only message to you. Flip. Transmission ended. Flip. Unscheduled transmission. I have learned that your automatic memory processing and data simulation function is known as dreaming. Yeah, it is. While I was unable to assimilate your self-described strength of soul, extensive observation of mortal behavior has provided me with insight into suitable phrases for myriad situations. Okay. For dreams, basically. Thus, in anticipation of your forthcoming sleep cycle, I bid you good night. And sweet dreams. Thanks. Rest in peace, Omega. A moment of silence for the tragic character known as Omega. Said it before, I consider it a tragic character just because its own programming led it to its downfall. Its creators set it up to fail without even realizing it. I suppose in their defense, what would they have known about, Well, maybe they foresaw this, maybe they didn't, who knows? Maybe one day we'll get to meet Omega's creators and see what their mentality was behind its creation and why they programmed it the way that they did. Unfortunately, right now, with the data that we do have, we can only assume they were, unfortunately, probably imperialistic, just like the Garleans. I can't imagine if Midgard Sormer was trying to run away to save itself and its children, like, unborn children. Would he really have been the one to fire the first shot? In that war between their planets? And that's one of the things I really like about this too, is that they're setting up a story that they can use much, much later. So when I first finished this, I was like, wow, there's so much potential here for them to one day expand this out. There's so much lore that they set up with this questline. And about this other species out there, somewhere in space that we don't know of. Some extraterrestrial species really far away from us that we may one day meet. It's very interesting and fun to think about. So yeah, my thinking, since I finished this questline, and then, well, let me not get ahead of myself. I started thinking, yeah, maybe one day that'll be a thing. And then once they announced Endwalker, and they said that it was like the finale for this original story arc that started with 14.1.0 back in 2010. Makes you feel old, right? It makes me think, well, now they have the, when they're starting a new story arc, a new story basically after this whole Hydaelyn Zodiark saga comes to an end with Endwalker, right? So I was thinking to myself, maybe now's the perfect opportunity for them to explore this. They can use this as part of their new story or something eventually. Someday. Because they said in their live letters they were looking now potentially at another 10 years, right? There you go. They have shit to work with that they already set up beforehand, so... It's cool to think about. I'm excited to see them resume this storyline someday. And now, thanks to a certain someone, I know they will. I'm glad I don't know the details, but thanks to you, Crimson, now I know they are going to. They already have, with patch 6.15, decided to resume this storyline. In a way, I suppose. But it's completely... I mean, like I said, I don't know anything about it, luckily, thankfully. So, minor spoiler, but at least now I'm still excited now to actually see what's going to happen next, how they continue this storyline, and I'm happy to know that they're going to start continuing it now already in 6.15. Which, for those of you watching in the future, I know I'm uploading these really late, so I'll let you know today is June 8th, 2022. So, patch 6.15 literally went live, like, yesterday. And they just happened... I didn't know about this until Crimson told me that they added more story for the Omega storyline. I was like, oh shit. So there you go. So one day soon, we'll be able to see what happens next. My hopes and my... I'm not gonna say predictions, just my personal hopes instead. What I hope happens is that we do eventually get to find a way to travel to that planet, or at least communicate with them. It's pretty exciting to think about that happening, you know? But we'll see, we'll see. I gotta get to the end of Endwalker first to see what the hell's happening in the main story in current time. You know, need some context for what's gonna happen next in order to actually build real speculation and about what might happen next, so... Until then. That's it. So yeah, New Game Plus does not include the quests to unlock the Savage mode. So that's why I did this new game, because that's a little bit of extra story that I think is vital. It's like Omega's final goodbye to you. It literally says good night and sweet dreams to you. Right there. And you don't get to see that in New Game Plus. Because New Game Plus ends right when Alpha leaves, and that's it. It doesn't include the Savage unlocks. Because they're optional. They're not technically part of the same, like, quest chain. It's a side quest chain. It's its own thing. So it's unfortunate about New Game Plus for this, and that's why I did it New Game instead. But nothing was lost, because I would have had to do these battles synced anyway. Even if I did a New Game Plus, I mean, unsynced, we're still not powerful enough at level 90 to solo these things, or... You know, even with 2 people, it's too tough still. Okay, she's saying the same thing as last time. Well, that's pretty much it. Damn, has it already been another 2 hours since my last break? Almost, not exactly. I'm looking at it. So the timer said 4:30, right? And now it's 6:24. That's how long I've been live, is what I'm looking at. Yeah, we still got time. We can start the Alliance raid storyline now. Move on to something a little different. Damn, my eyes are a little puffy because I did cry a little bit. When Omega died. It's a tragedy. It didn't have to be this way. That was a thought that I had during that last conversation with Omega before it died. And you guys saw the choice that I made. And yes, that was... I'll always remember it. That was the choice that I made my first time through. I said, do we really have to fight? Is conflict the only way? Or whatever that choice was, basically. I don't think I've seen what he says if you click the other option. But yeah, I guess before we move on, I should say... That right there, I mean... Everything that happened, but especially that culmination there at the end. That is why this is still, by far, my favorite raid series in this entire game. It brought out emotions in me that the other raid series just don't. Eden? The next one? It comes pretty close, though. I will say. That one still brings out emotion in me, but it's not... It doesn't hit like this one. This one hits me a lot harder. I don't know why. Maybe I'll be able to give a clearer answer once we do the next raid series, but... This one by far brings out the most emotion in me. It feels the most personal. Maybe it's just the fact that I think maybe I can feel compassion even for soulless beings or things, whatever you want to call it. Like, I could still humanize Omega in my eyes. And it kind of humanized itself when it was imitating us, both male and female, both genders, to try and see what was so special about us during that last battle, you know? And that kind of helps, you know? It took on a humanoid form, but mostly it's just the fact that regardless of whether it was a soulless machine or not, it was just tragic to me that it basically died for nothing. It didn't have to be that way. Could still be here, and could have achieved its actual full potential if it stood with us, like Sid said, instead of fighting against us. It's tragic. What more can I say? I have a soft spot for, like, I'm not kidding, ever since I was a kid, I would always take care of stuff. Like, I take care of my stuff to this day so much, not just because I don't want it to break and it costs money to replace it, but I genuinely feel bad. I feel empathy for, like, a little trinket breaking or something. Like, just a little trinket, a little mechanical device, whatever it is. I feel bad for it breaking. Like, I feel compassion for things, inanimate objects, not just people. So, it's just who I am. So Omega just didn't feel like some soulless creature that I didn't have to feel anything for. So yeah, very well written. I love it. It's still my favorite. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Still my favorite raid series. And not just because of the story and the emotions it invokes either, I also did like the fights too. I'm obviously a Final Fantasy fanboy. I liked the Final Fantasy 5 and 6 battles, you know. That shit was really cool. The overall flow of it was just really cool. My second favorite is obviously the next one, but I'll talk more about that one once we get there. Because, you know, spoilers, dude! I'll talk more about that one, and that one I've never streamed. I do have a blind playthrough of Shadowbringers, which reminds me, if you guys thought that was me crying a lot right there when Omega was dying, go back and look at my blind playthrough of Shadowbringers and go one of the videos towards the end, one of those final streams there. I can't speak about it too much without spoiling, so that's all I can say. You'll find it eventually, but it's one of the final battles in that expansion. Holy shit, the scenes that happened right afterwards, I was just... I fucking lost it. I was about to end the stream too, and I started bawling my eyes out on stream before I even ended it. I couldn't stop myself. That shit really got me. I'm looking forward to that, honestly. Shadowbringers MSQ is fucking amazing. It brought out so many emotions. The first half kind of sucks, I'll be honest. I don't like the first half. It's really slow and just kind of... It's exposition. Like any other story, there needs to be exposition. They have to set up shit, right? But it gets really good in the second half, especially towards the end. But yeah, more on that once we get there. We're not there yet. But soon. Soon, TM. I know what some of y'all are thinking. Get on with it already! Stop rambling and go! I hear you. Alright, where are we going? I'll probably just have time to do the first one. Did you want to join on this, Crim? So I can switch over to the other character? And just start New Game Plus there? Oh, and yeah, Crimson, I'd love to see a video of all of Alpha's possible locations. That'd be great, actually. I don't know if this last video you sent is. I'm not going to click play on it right now, but... Oh, there it is. I guess you heard me. FF14 known alpha locations post-alphascape as of 26/9? September 26th, I'm guessing? Okay. Or maybe it's referring to something else, but okay, cool. Oh, I was just asking you if you wanted to join me for the first Alliance raid. I probably have time for just that one before bed. Assuming the queue fucking pops. Remember that one time when I was trying to get into Void Ark and we sat there for like 30 minutes and it didn't pop? But that's because the maintenance was right around the corner though. Alright, if you want to join then, yeah, I'll switch over to my other character so I can just start New Game Plus, but I'll let you know because, you know, the first few quests, a lot of dialogue, cutscenes, and exposition, basically setting it up. So I'll let you know once I unlock it, the first one. It is late too. There's a chance the queue might not pop, so just letting you know ahead of time. We might just barely unlock and that'll be it. Yeah, that's good. Oh. And now, incoming is one of my favorite Alliance raid series. And honestly, I think it's still my favorite. Just like Omega is my favorite raid series, this one's my favorite. This is why I said Stormblood's like my favorite expansion, because it had, out of all the post-game content for all the expansions, this one has my favorite ones. My favorite, you know, my favorite raid, Alliance raid. The Trial series is the only one that's a toss-up with Shadowbringers. And the more I think about it, the more I think I actually like Shadowbringers a little bit more. But I think that's just because it actually ties into MSQ a little bit more than the one for Stormblood. A little bit. Did I do this alright today? Okay, yes I did. Cool. Alright, where do we gotta go? No. We're not with that. Return to Evilus. Can't start